Hey, did you ever wonder why it says in Genesis 1 that God caused the waters to bring forth fowls, and then in Genesis 2 it says that he caused the fowls to come out of the ground? There's no contradiction there. If you skip up, it says he caused a mist to come out of the earth to water the ground. Well, that's AKA the same as groundwater coming out of the ground, AKA the waters bringing forth fowls. It's the same thing. God's pulling a trick on these people. The same thing is when it says, that in Genesis 1 that he made, in Genesis 2, did he make the animals first or man first? It doesn't say either way. It doesn't say then, and it doesn't say after. It uses the constant word and. That means in addition. Maybe he made them both at the same time. He's pulling a trick on these mockers. He promises to mock the mockers. Also in Genesis 1, very clearly it mentions the evening and the morning were the first day, the second day, the third, etc. It's in chronological order. Genesis 2 simply says he done it in one day. Well, that's space-time, God's space-time. Genesis 1 is in man's earth time, the 7-day cycle. Bible says a day is as 1,000 years, 1,000 years is a day to the Lord. You see that? That's another thing they miss. We often speak in palindrome ways, like did he make the animals first or man first? Well, again, let's go back to that. I could make Alfie the robot, and before I make Alfie, the whole intention of the whole world and the station that I'm making for Alfie the robot is that Alfie would not be idle, and I could say, it is not good for Alfie the robot to be idle, so I'm going to make a station for the robot, even before I make it to greet it on its entrance and its consciousness into this world. Or it could be the other way around. Again, we speak in palindrome ways many times. There are no contradictions in the King James, in the Textus Receptus. And the Textus Receptus say the same thing as manuscripts that say the same thing as the Textus Receptus that are actually older than the Textus Receptus. Something to take into consideration.